A very good evening to Sir Sultan Rahman Sharif. I'm J. Surya Subramaniam. So today I'm going to present for our assignment 1 of Introduction to Counseling and Guidance. So moving on to the first slide, which is the introduction part. A counselor is a professional who helps people identify and work through their personal, social and emotional behavioral problems. In recent years, the role of counselors has been shifted from almost exclusively within from the traditional settings to like schools and mental health clinics to a diverse range of settings. This shift is due to the growing recognition of the importance of counseling services in variety of settings such as workplaces, hospitals and community organizations. This expanding role of counselors has been driven by the increasing of demand and counselors who are trained and skilled in a specific areas such as substance abuse, counseling, marriages and family counseling, trauma counselings. Moving on to the next slide, which is the responsibilities of counselors. So the first point is providing counseling services. Counselors are known for listening to the patient, helps them to work through their emotions, experience, histories, and helps them to define their action and goals for future improvement. And the next point is leading group counseling sessions. For example, a counselor will conduct a counseling session with a group of people to share their grief, to their histories, their experience, how did they overcome their experience. Not all the counselors lead a group session, but this can be a common for counselors to work with group or homes or addiction to the clinics. And the next point is working with families and groups and individuals. So counselors may also offer a group session in a small scale, especially for families or couple or any related group. For example, a marriage counselor can be offer couple session to work with both parties, in addition to them to help them to know help them to discover their problem and how to handle it. And the next point is liaising with other mental health professionals. Counselors that work as a part of broader mental health services may liaise with other professionals such as psychologists, psychiatrists are part of their work. Referrals to other mental services can be part to a day-to-day work. Counselors may provide details to other professionals while keeping additional information confidential for the privacy of their clients. And next point is maintaining the confidential records. Counselors are required to able the accuracy and effectively record and summarize their section alongside the person facing the work. The maintenance of confidential records can support ongoing session for clients and provide information for referrals and other mental health professionals. Moving on to the next slide, which is the role of the counselor. The first point is counselor should have a listening skills. Listening and understanding client is one of the most critical skills of a counselor, as much of the job involves listening to the thoughts and feelings of the person that they are helping, and without judgmental mindset and find out their abilities. So listening can be also enable the counselor to ask the right question and give the best prompt to help the patient to further open up. And the next point is empathy. Being empathetic and understanding is a vital component of being a counselor, as the job that deals with people's emotion, feelings and mental health. They may want to think for their perspective to understand their experience and behavior. And other than that, we have observation. Observation is a valuable part of counselor skill set. This ability is to notice when someone is becoming tense or upset, which can allow them to correct measures to be put in place and processes to make necessary decision and counseling as effective as possible. And this also can support guidance, and referrals as necessary for the clients. And moving on to the next part, which is the patients. Okay, counseling is a long-term form of support treatment for all kinds of people, which often involve in seeing same client for months, years while they are counseling. Patient is essential to allow clients to talk over the feelings and emotion, to listen what they have saying effectively. The last point is emotional control. Emotional control is a valuable skill of counselors. To have an impartiality is a core part of the job. Counselors have a responsibility to listen up to the upsetting or uncomfortable information from their patients to report and respond appropriately. For example, if a patient talks about abuse that happened in their life, they have to listen without judging them or without making a mindset that the patient might be willing in the abuse or whatever that a person should not think about it. Moving on to the next slide, which is the major settings for counselor practice. The first point is educational institutions, schools and college. Traditionally, schools counseling was one of the primary setting for their profession, but the scope has broadened up to accommodate more diverse needs, such as school counselors. The professional works with students in elementary, middle, and high school, focusing on academic guidance and career advice and emotional well-being and social development of the students. For college counselors, in higher education, counselors help students to navigate academic pressures, career choices, stress, and personal relationship of the students. And for the second point, clinical settings for mental health centers, hospitals, and private practice. The clinical domain remains a critical area where counselors provide therapeutic help for the patient. So according to mental health clinics, in clinic, counselors work with individuals of group and dealing with psychological disorders, emotional disturbance, and behavioral issues. Via hospitals, counselors often work a part of a multidisciplinary team, offering a support to the patient with chronic illness. The next point is corporate or workplace setting. The modern workplace has been rise in the need for employees' wellness programs. Counselors are now commonly hired by corporations to help employees maintain their mental health and well-being. An employee assistance program. Many companies offer counseling services to the employee through EAP, which helps to address their work-related issues. And according to workplace counseling, this helps the employees to navigate workplace conflicts, manages stress, and which can improve the productivity. And the next point is community and social service agencies. In community centers, non-profit organization, counselors provide critical services to vulnerable populations of people. This professional works with individuals and families issues like poverty, addiction, abuse, or homelessness. And counselors often work with non-profits to offer support to victims of domestic violence, refugees, or individuals that are recovering from addiction. The last point is online and virtual counseling platform. The digital age has introduced online counseling where the clients can connect with the counselors anywhere they are. This method has gained popularity due to the accessibility and flexibility, especially for people who may not able to attend in-person sessions. With the rise of telemedicine, many counselors are offering services through video calls, chat, even a phone session, allowing for greater accessibility to mental health services. Some counselors collaborate with mental health platforms or create their own digital resources, offering tools for managing anxiety, depression, and emotional well-being. Moving on to the next part, which is the conclusion. As a conclusion, counselor plays a vital role in the lives of their clients, which is the patient. By understanding the different settings in which counseling takes place, counselors can tailor their service to meet the needs of their clients. Additionally, By expanding their roles to indicate aspects of coaching and consulting, counselors can provide even more support to their clients as they navigate through its challenges. And that's all from me. Thank you.